Hey, what is up guys? Welcome to the test hand video for the Shaddoll Dinos. So I figured I want to do a test hand video for this rather than a combo video because it's better demonstrated in test hands rather than in a combo, because in a combo you really need to get specific cards and it ends up being like 4 or 5 card combos, which I think is definitely just unnecessary. And I feel like with test hands it's better demonstrated with the different situations you can get. So the deck is should be shuffled up. I piled shuffled this before the video, so we'll just shuffle up this deck and we'll see what happens when we start drawing our opening hand. So we're going to try out maybe 3 turns going first and 3 times going second, and we'll see how we go. So I'm going to shuffle up this deck right now. Just bear with me with the blurriness. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to start off going first. So over here what we can see is we do have a lot of great options, and let's start off with an Armageddon Knight, and this will allow us to send our Overtext to the graveyard. So when we send Overtext to the graveyard, we can add the double evolution pill to our hand, which is really awesome over here. Let's see, what else can we do? We can also activate a Fossil Dig, which I think is really cool. And most people might go for a Soul-Eating Oviraptor, but I think the best option over here would be to go for our Giant Rex. Alright, so now that we have Giant Rex here, what we can do is we can now activate our Double Evolution Pill. So with Double Evolution Pill, you can banish 1 dinosaur monster and 1 non-dinosaur monster from your hand and or graveyard, and special summon a level 7 or higher dinosaur monster. So let's go with a Giant Rex, and let's also go with, let's see, I think out of all of these, I think the best one to go for would be a Ghost Ogre. So we'll banish off these 2. It's a shame we can't actually banish the Armageddon Knights, but it's fine, it's no big deal here. We'll just basically get out our Ultimate Conductor Tyranno onto the field. Now, another cool thing is that since Giant Rex got banished, we could special summon it onto the field, and now we can also overlay the 2 Giant Rex and Armageddon Knights if we want to. And unfortunately, they're not both dinosaurs, so we can't actually go for a Lagia. But what we can do is maybe we can go for Baguska just for more defensive play, so that they can't get over this. Or we could even go for a Tornado Dragon if you want to. Or one thing I actually really like going to recently is actually Abyss Dweller, because it can easily chain to your opponent's graveyard effects as well. And I have a friend who actually plays Mermails, and this card is a really great card to go up against him. On your opponent's turn, what you can do is Ultimate Conductor Tyranno always has its effects, so you can always destroy your Shaddoll Beast, and obviously when Shaddoll Beast is destroyed, you can also draw a card as well. So that's really nice to actually start your way off, and this is basically the whole point of the deck, is to go for something like this. Alright, so let's try again, and again we're going to go first and see how it goes. So the first test hand actually went pretty well. I do actually want to get a good variety here so that you guys could actually see how bad your hand can get. But overall, in most of my games during playtesting, I haven't been actually getting bad hands or anything like that. So let's try again going first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, so again, this one looks pretty nice actually. So let's this time go for a Soul-Eating Oviraptor, and let's send our Overtext again to the graveyard. So we have, no, not Giant Rex, where's Overtext? Did I skip it? I think I did. There we go. So we send Overtext to the graveyard, and we can bring out our double evolution peel, which will ultimately get our Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. So again, we can go for the whole thing again, double evolution peel. We can banish this Overtext from our graveyard, and maybe we could get rid of the Armageddon Knight since it's not really necessary this time, and we'll keep the Ghost Ogre. And this will obviously allow us to bring out our Ultimate Conductor Tyranno onto the field. And this hand is not as great, but or this field is not as great because we don't have an Xyz monster on the field, but overall it's still not bad since Ultimate Conductor is still just a great card to destroy Coatless, and when you destroy Coatless, you'll be able to search for a second double evolution pill to prepare for your next turn, or even you have Miscellaneous to even protect these guys from a Dark Hole or Raigeki, so not bad at all, and Ghost Ogre to respawn, so definitely a really nice hand. So let's try one more for going first, and then we'll switch to going second. Alright, so shuffling up for the final time going first, and we'll see what happens here. Don't want to keep this video for too long because I've done many Testhands in the past, and I think a lot of them have been going way too long, so let's cut this up here, and this will be our last time going first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here's a situation where we're actually getting a lot less this time. So we can still actually work with this. So let's actually go for a soul-eating Oviraptor. And let's send our Overtex to the graveyard. So let's see where it is. Overtex goes to the graveyard, and we can search for a double evolution peel. Next, we'll also activate a Fossil Dig. This will allow us to add our Giant Rex to the hand. And from here we can activate our double evolution pill, which will banish our Giant Rex as well as our Effect Veiler. It's a shame we have to use it, but it's the good thing about using a lot of hand traps. So if you guys want to add in more hand traps to the deck, it definitely works. So let's search for our Ultimate Conductor right here. And from there we can also special summon Giant Rex since it was banished. And over here we can easily just overlay these two. And this will instantly allow us to go for an Evolzar Lagia, which is a really good card because it's basically Solemn Judgment without the paying half your life points. Now, what sucks is we don't have any more dinosaurs in the hand, so Ultimate Conductor will have to destroy himself. However, you can actually negate a spell trap or summon of a monster with Lagia, and once he uses up his materials, then you basically have the Lagia itself to pop with the Ultimate Conductor Tyranno's effect, so that's also not bad. You can set Twin Twisters so that you can destroy back row by discarding your Shaddoll Fusion, but overall I don't want to do that because knowing my opponent, they want to bring out an extra deck monster, and Shaddoll Fusion is definitely still a very viable card in your hand, even though you don't have Shaddolls right now. Alright, so now let's actually try going second. So I'm going to shuffle up this a bit, and we'll try 3 test hands going second this time, and we just see how we go here. Alright, so actually when we went first, it wasn't too bad at all. We were able to go into Ultimate Conductor Tyranno every single time on our first turn. Alright, so let's just shuffle this up and then give a cut. Alright, so let's go second. So 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ouch. This is not really something I want to see, but I guess it's still not too bad. We could work with this, I guess. Let's go for Fossil Dig. I think I might even go for both of them. So let's go with a Giant Rex, and let's also add in Oviraptor as well. So we can normal summon the Oviraptor and send our Overtex to the graveyard, the one from our deck. And Overtex is sent to the graveyard, so we get to add our double evolution pill to the hand. So overall, we actually managed to gain 1 extra card, which is not too bad so far. Now, we can activate double evolution pill and lose the Shaddoll Dragon, though I don't know about that. I mean, this is actually looking pretty interesting here. Actually, you know what? What we can do is we can go for Shaddoll Fusion. Let's send the Shaddoll Dragon to the graveyard. And we'll also send, let's see, we'll also send Giant Rex to the graveyard. No, we can't do that. What sucks is I can't really do much right here. I'll send the Coatless to the graveyard. It might be a bad play, but I really want to go for it right now. And basically, we're just going to go for a El Shaddoll Winder. Yeah, we'll go for El Shaddoll Winder. I think that's not too bad of a move. And then that's gone. Next, we can activate our double evolution pill and banish off our Coatless plus our Shaddoll Dragon as our 2 materials. And then we can bring out our Ultimate Conductor. Alright, so not too bad at all. And that counts as our 1 special summon for the turn, so that means we can't special summon anymore, which is why I didn't banish the Giant Rex with the double evolution pill, is because if I banish Giant Rex, it wouldn't summon anyway since I already brought out the Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. So because of that, next turn what you could do is you could easily just use this effect to destroy your Giant Rex to control the board, but basically your opponent's going to have a really hard time special summoning more than 2300 attack just on a normal summon or something like that, because they only have 1 special summon. So really difficult to get over this for them, and we also have this to protect that as well. So unless they have something like a Dark Hole, even a Dark Hole won't deal with this because it can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Alright, so let's try again and let's see how we go. Alright, so that previous one was actually pretty good to bring out Shaddoll Winder, because I really wanted to showcase that particular card in this combo, or rather in this test hand video. But unfortunately we couldn't, so just had to go with it. Alright, let's cut this deck up and let's go with our second test hand for going second. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, so we're actually in a really bad hand here, so maybe we'll take a risk. Let's go for Allure of Darkness, draw 2 cards. Alright, so we have this, which actually now is not looking too bad because we can banish these Shaddoll Dragons, not too necessary in this case. We have a Twin Twisters anyway. What's nice is what we can do is we can actually go for a Shaddoll Fusion, sending Shaddoll Beast and Coatless to the graveyard. This will allow us to bring out our El Shaddoll Winder, because it's 2 darks. And what happens is use Coatless's effect, which will allow us to bring out double evolution pill. And also let's shuffle up the deck a bit. And what we do is we also get to draw a card off our Shaddoll Beast, since it was sent to the graveyard by a card effect, which was the Shaddoll Fusion. So we're going to cut off our deck here and draw a card. We got Effect Veiler, which is not too bad. But basically what we can do is we can also activate the double evolution pill, banish off these 2, and we can basically bring out our Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. So with that, we have a card to destroy with Ultimate Conductor to disrupt your opponent's plays, and we also have our El Shaddoll Winder, which is going to restrict our opponents from summoning anymore. And just in case, remember at the beginning, before we even did our summonings or anything, we do have a Dark Hole to just destroy your opponent's field. We had a second Shaddoll Fusion as well as Twin Twisters, so you could just activate this, discard the Shaddoll Fusion, and we can pop our opponent's back rows as well. So overall, it's actually a really, really good second turn hand here, and we're also prepared for the next turn as well with the Ultimate Conductor's effect and this restricting your opponents. Alright, let's try for the third and final time for going second. As you can see, this is a very consistent deck, and this is one of the main reasons why I like playing this over the True King Dinos, is because even though True King Dinos has their own Dragonic diagram, it's just, I don't know, they really have just the one play of going for the true, I don't know, that True Vanquisher King or something. I don't know what it is, but it's just that one play that they really go for, and I feel like for this one we can do a lot more than just that. We can go for XCs, we can go for El Shaddoll Winder, we can go for the double evolution peel and stuff like that as well. So let's actually cut our deck first, actually, and then let's see how we can get our second or our final 6 cards. 4, 5, and 6. Alright. So with this hand here, we have a little bit of a different play now. So what we can actually start off with is, let's go for a Fossil Dig. And no, maybe not. We actually can save the Fossil Dig. We can actually just go for the Soul Eating Oviraptor. Send the Coatless to the graveyard. Coatless will allow us to add our double evolution pill. right here. Now that we have double evolution peel in the hand, we can also go for a, let's see. So what's nice is that we can actually go for quite a bit of things here. We could actually go for the double evolution peel, which will banish these two. But what's nice is actually I'm going to go for the Shaddoll fusion. Yeah, we'll go for the Shaddoll fusion. And we'll banish off Shaddoll Beast and Giant Rex. Or send them to the graveyard. And this will bring out our El Shaddoll Winder. So just like before, the Shaddoll Beast will allow us to draw a card. So I'm going to shuffle up the deck and see what we can actually pull from that or draw from that. Alright, so I'm going to just cut the deck up and let's draw a card. Allure of Darkness, so not particularly great, but we can still work with that. From here, we can also activate our Fossil Dig. The reason why I want to do this is I want to actually get my second Oviraptor. You'll get why I do this later on. We'll activate Allure of Darkness now, so we'll just shuffle our deck again. Sometimes this is just up to you, like this whole deck is completely based on how you play it, how you choose to make every decision, and I think it's a really fun deck to play because compared to the likes of True King Dinos, you're really just doing the same thing over and over again, and this has more variety of doing different things. So cut the deck up, and since we're activating Allure of Darkness, we can draw two cards, 1 and 2, and we can choose to destroy whatever we want. So I'm going to actually banish off the Oviraptor. And from here, what we can do is, although we could activate double evolution peel, I don't know, we don't have to, but we could, which is not too bad at all, yeah. We'll activate double evolution peel and we'll banish off our Overtex as well as our Shaddoll Beast. And from the deck, we'll special summon our Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. So now that we have our Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, I think we're pretty set. We also have a Twin Twisters as well, so we are actually pretty good because the thing is, the Twin Twisters can also destroy your opponent's back row as well, so that's not too bad. But since we already did our special summon for the turn, then we also can't banish off the Giant Rex with the double evolution peel because it won't come back. So that's why I kept it in the graveyard just in case, so that next turn, if he manages to destroy the Oviraptor or Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, I can just banish 2, including the Giant Rex, to special summon my second Ultimate Conductor. And because of that, Giant Rex will also come back as well. But that's also in the situation that my Winder is destroyed somehow, but it's going to be very hard for them to get over it with Ultimate Conductor protecting our Winder right here. So that's definitely really cool. So that was basically it for the Testhand video. That was a really fun video actually, because we got to showcase how this deck actually works, and just like all my other test games that I had with my friends, this is a very consistent deck, and it's constantly able to do this a lot more often than you guys can actually think of. Because the thing is, if you guys actually build this yourselves and test it out, it is a really consistent deck, and I think this is what makes the deck so fun. Every single decision you make is also going to lead you to a different possibility, so that's something I really like about this deck. Definitely recommend you guys build it if you guys already have Shaddolls on you. Otherwise, the Shadolls are pretty pricey, unfortunately, but definitely really fun to go with here. But having a mix of Shadolls and Dinos is definitely something I really wanted to see here. But obviously I don't want to keep this video for too long, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.